Hi, and welcome to M&M Film Talk, where we talk to real people in film. I'm Michelle Wilson, and I am here with these two young ladies, and I want to let them introduce themselves first.
Yes. Hi, my name's Jessica Chaney. Alabama native, but been living and love Memphis for well over a decade, and co-founder of Not Your Ordinary Films production company, and been working in film, wow, at least close to 20 years.
All right. Okay, and Amanda?
I'm Amanda Willoughby, filmmaker and mentor to many young filmmakers. From Memphis, been here my entire life. Love it here and would love to see the city grow as a film city. And I've been working in film for about 10 years, and pretty much throughout that entire time, me working on my own projects, I've also been working with youth and teaching them all about filmmaking as well.
That sounds good. You guys have been doing quite great things here in Memphis. I mean, I've been enjoying seeing you guys out there as well. I saw you at the Memphis Film Festival, and I thought you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
All right. Now, first of all, I want to get into talking a little bit about some of the things that you've done out there. I know you guys you have a webisode, right? And so tell us a little bit about that first.
Well, we actually have two web series.
Okay.
We actually worked together on our day jobs, and we realized that we were both filmmakers, so we decided to let's make some stuff together. And one day, you want to tell the story of the first one?
Yeah, we started just deciding what we wanted to make, and there was something crazy on the TV. We have a TV in our area, and there was something crazy playing. I don't know if it was a short film or a music video, something. And I said, who put this on? And I was like, this got to be Amanda, because she's definitely like not your ordinary black girl or something like that. I said, and then the next time I know, I was like, that sounds like a good web series. And so we just started kicking around ideas, formulating what that could look like. And I would say in a couple of weeks, we had the characters developed, we had the episodes kind of together, and it's just basically about three African-American women who have superpowers. And that's something that we didn't see on TV. It was before like Black Lightning and Raising Dion and a couple of other shows that are currently out. And so we just thought that would be an awesome web series to shoot. One of my inspirations, my favorite authors, Octavia Butler, and she does a lot of black science fiction, speculative work, and I just thought it'd be great to kind of create something along that. Because her work is not only just about the science fiction, but about the human experience. And to see African American people in that type of world, I think it's just great, and the way that things can expand. So that was the first web series. Amanda was awesome enough to helm and be one of the lead characters, and took that on really well, as well as a young lady named Dominique and another young lady named Nyasha who came around it. And it turned out to be just a really strong piece. It was funny. It's been kind of campy with the way it is. And we just, I think we shot it in a couple of months. Like it was like
on and off, a couple of months,
and
weekends.
We pulled it together, and it went really well. But it was just a great way. Just seeing how well we work together, to pull things around with limited resources, limited funding, but we knew that if the story was strong, and that if we got people around it who really believed in what we were doing, and wanted to see this out as well, we knew that it could happen. So thanks to Tim Dortch, John Hamilton, who also came around it as director of photography and cinematographers, other business people who were just like, oh yeah, you can use our space to shoot and different
shout
things.
Shout out to Rashad English for
yes,
sound.
the sound
Yes.
was just really set it apart.
Yeah.
Music from local musicians and singers and songwriters and audio engineers and people who said, hey, this sounds really great. Yeah, you could use our piece.
That's great.
To pull it together. So that was the first web series, and it went really well. And we said, okay, what if we really took our time and really put a little funding behind something and really, worked with casting and just kind of fleshed out this process even more. And that's where This Can't Be Life, which was the second web series that we had, came about. That one took about a little over a year to produce.
Okay.
But we really took our time with it. Same thing, great casting, great just, equipment and editing and the locations and all these things came around it. And that's where the second one came.
Well, I enjoyed both of those. I just want to ask you a question though, because at first you was talking about how sometimes limited funding, that is a big topic with all independent film writers, makers. I mean, they're out there and they want to get involved in doing it, but they feel like they can't because they're so limited on what they have. But you guys took the challenge and did it anyway. I mean, I want to commend you both for that, because you can make it happen with the limited amount. People are opening up their doors, allowing you for the space. I like that you shared that, because that is important. You need to make sure you get some written approval to do something like that, so no one will come back later if you blow up and you Hollywood now and here's somebody else knocking on your door. Did you guys do that, or
we got permission for like all the music and things like that? The people we know personally, and we are cleared on in that area. That's one thing we were really diligent about, even like pictures on the walls.
Yeah.
The artists who did that, making sure we have permission from them to use that. Location wise, Jessica kind of took handle a lot of that. That
Just
part.
Straight to the owner.
Yeah.
Not
exactly.
to the person who knows the owner. It was like, can we go straight to the person
Exactly.
who has the deed on this thing or whatever to do those. So yeah, there was certainly a good amount of the written releases and different things. But yeah, there were times where we were able to just get the verbal. And we are aware that if we were to take like maybe the web series or other things to another level, that there would have to probably be some back steps around getting proper clearances around some things. But for the most part, yes, we did get those up front.
Yeah, because that's important to do something like that. I do know when I did my feature film, I definitely got everything cleared, and I didn't realize the steps that I was taking was going to be so significant when a distributor picked it up. I'm like, whoa, did you have that? No, yeah, I do. I'm like, okay, is she being picky? And then I realized, no, they need that because they don't want any problems. And I did have a problem with a music situation that the approval wasn't authentic. And I'm like, wow, didn't know. But it taught us a lesson. It taught me a lesson to do things like that. So it was important. That was important. I'm glad you guys point that out. And that's why I want people out there to know, when you're out there trying to do your film projects, go ahead and get it, because you never know who may say, well, hey, I like that. Let me get you guys to do some other things, and I'm going to kick it off with this. And then that way there'll be less work for you to do later. But that sounds, I mean, you guys did a wonderful job with that. I just think that was. Now let's take a sample of Jessica and Amanda good work.
Time is of the essence. Why take the loss if you can't learn lessons that's leading you to your blessings? You're looking for answers, but ask the wrong questions. Now look how you out stressing. I give it so raw, I'm cut from the cloth. I don't do the second guessing. So watch me run up these blessings. Watch me run up these blessings. Watch me run up these blessings. From the mud where I learned them lessons. How to run up these blessings. Watch me run up these blessings. Oh Lord, watch me run up these blessings. I don't do the stressing. I'm out here running up blessings, 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 blessings.
Filmmakers, you guys was over on Shoot and Splice. And y'all talked about the webisode, right?
Yes, Indie Memphis hosts a monthly workshop and meeting gathering for local filmmakers, and they approached us about hosting one of their workshops on how to make a web series. So Jessica and I just put our brains together and just went through everything that we went through and all the problems and the hiccups we encountered, and it was a lot of fun, and it was really good to hear the feedback we got from a lot of people and how we inspire people to let them know that you can do this with what you have.
Yes.
And it turned out really, really good.
But yeah, it sounds like you guys did a good job. I saw just pictures of it, but I wish I would have been there for that. I bet it was really, really good.
It was awesome.
It was great to just try to just impart our experiences around what we went through, so that way for people who may be a little apprehensive around should I start this, to be able to hear somebody else's experience and they say, okay, well, that seems more tangible, like, okay, I can kind of take a hold of this, even if it isn't as broad as maybe I would like for it to be. It's something where at least I could start.
Yeah, I do. And to let the audience hear you guys saying, hey, I started here, but I wasn't afraid to share what I had inside of me, and whether or not it was correct to anybody else, it was my thoughts and it was my space, and I wanted to share it. Yeah. So now also too, I did also, like I said at the beginning, I saw you guys at the pitch rally, and that was a really wonderful thing. The Black Filmmakers pitch rally. That was the second year, right, of the pitch rally. And so tell us a little bit about what the experience was with that, and what do you recommend for other people to get out there and do there too?
Well, the experience around, we pitched our project in 2018, How to Make Love to Men, and we just kind of put our heads together. It really helped us to really, making a pitch helped us to really get a solid idea around what this film's purpose is and what we're going to do with it. And it was a lot of fun. We practiced a lot. Everybody that works with us, we just heard us rehearsing this pitch over and over again to make sure we hit all these points. And we had a great experience. And Indie Memphis approached us to produce the pitch rally for 2019, and we got with the contestants who were all pitching, and we just went through all the things we went through with them, and it came out beautifully.
Wow. So if a person would like to pitch their film at a pitch rally, and I'm sure they've seen things like that, or they may not have, what pointers you would probably like to give someone for that?
I would say just with the experience that we went through and all of the work, which we'll just definitely say shout out to Indie Memphis and Epicenter for all of their work and support around it. They could have went to, there were 12 other participants when we pitched, and they could have easily went to them, but they came to us and said, hey, we really just believe in what you guys are doing and appreciate everything that you have done and the groundwork that you're laying with the web series and different things. And would you be willing to come on to produce this pitch rally? So that was just an awesome experience all the way around and a great learning experience. I think with anybody who's pitching a project, we've definitely learned, number one, be short. Just like you were talking about earlier,
to the point,
get to the point. Where's the passion around it? And then also a big thing that we didn't see a lot of people when we were working with them, they didn't talk themselves up quite a bit. Like we had people who had been Sundance fellows and all these different things and had already produced other feature films or been a part of it, and just all these really great things. And it was like, okay, if you want people to give you money, they're not only believing in their project, but they're believing in you. So what are you bringing? You're also having to bring yourself to it. So talk yourself up.
Yeah,
you know,
sell it.
there's sell yourself too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sell yourself.
Sell yourself too.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy about that. And then I think the other thing was the biggest thing that I came away with is be specific about your ask. Because a lot of people were starting to kind of shy away from their budget items and different things like that. And it was like, okay, yes, you're asking for money, but there are also people who may not be willing to give the money, but they're able to give their expertise, they're able to give their time, they're able to give up their connections, they're able to give up their space. There are so many different things. So we had people who were saying, okay, yes, we love money, but we'd also love a mentor to help guide us through this. We love actors, we love connections to this. And so, you know, like one young man, he was just kind of like, yeah, you know, if you're interested, get at me. And it was like, no, don't, you know, because nobody knows what to get at you for.
Exactly.
So it was like, all right, you know, and be confident in your ask. If you know you're believing in this project, in this story, if you know this is going to take $1 million plus to produce, okay. You know, there's somebody who's going to believe in that, and there's somebody who's going to say, okay, you know, we can move forward with this,
and be so that's one. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So more independent filmmakers can really just get involved more. So I just want to you guys have been just great, and I'm just really excited and happy about having you guys on the show. And we're going to take a brief break, and we will be right back with M&M Film Talk, and where we talk to real people. If you want to be on M&M Film Talk, all you have to do is email us at mnmfilmtalk@gmail.com, and we would love to have you on the show. And I'll get right back with you and let you know exactly what you'll need to do in order to actually come on the show. Hi, we are back with M&M Film Talk, where we talk to real people and family, and we've been having a wonderful time here with Jessica and Amanda. I am just enjoying myself. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Oh, God, thank you for sharing all of this wonderful information, and I think it's some good information that people can use in the future, in your future, if you want to get involved or already involved as an independent filmmaker and in your journey. Okay, just the initial time that you just made a decision you wanted to be involved in film.
Oh, I knew since I was a young child that I wanted to be involved in film. This is the only thing I ever wanted to do in my life. Everyone's like, "You're always watching movies." I know.
This is what I like.
I was really heavily into art in high school, and when I went to college, I went to art school, and I majored in digital media because I knew this is exactly what I wanted to do from the jump. And pretty much every job that I've had, I was diligent about taking jobs around this field, video editing or digital media, things like that. So this is just the only thing I've ever wanted to do.
This was in your spirit from start one.
Yes, I'm not changing lanes.
That's good to know that. And what about you, Jessica?
I was actually different. I did not know this was going to be my journey. I always knew I was a storyteller.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that that film was going to be the medium that I was going to tell those stories.
Okay.
And so I went to college, and I was an undecided major. And they walked us through, when you were undecided, they walked you through every college. And they walked us through communications, and there was a television station. I said, "What's that?" And that's when they were telling me about it. And I said, "Okay, well, I'll do that." And that's honestly how it just kind of came around. So it really wasn't until college that I started thinking, okay, this is the medium that I could move forward in.
Okay.
And I got out of school, and I started working for other people. I worked for television stations, I worked for ad agencies, I worked for a church. And I said, okay, I'm telling everybody else's stories, but I really wasn't investing in myself and my work and what I wanted to do. And it was 2014 that I said, okay, I want to start telling my stories, the things that I have inside.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's where the journey, or where I could really mark where the journey started.
Wow. And see, and that's good on both ends. I mean, you have people who know exactly where they want to go and how they want to get there. And then you have people who say, well, I'm not quite sure, I'm undecided, and I don't know exactly what I want to do. Okay, well, I'm going to go straight into asking you a question. What are some of the challenges you was faced when you started out?
Well, the good thing is I probably made every mistake, and I won't make them again. So, challenges from casting, that's always like a really nerve-wracking part of it. You want to get some really good talent, and also knowing that we cannot compensate them the way that we would prefer to. So it's always a challenge to really get people who are passionate about your project and willing to see it through. And we just found some awesome people that were just gonna go from making some great art.
Yeah.
But yeah, money as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everything costs money. Time is money. We're still working on mastering that
stronger part of that part. Yeah. And that's pretty much everyone's challenge. The funding. That's what keeps our stories from getting out there as fast as they can that you're making. Also, now, where do you want to see yourselves in the future?
On many, many red carpets.
Yes.
Developing our first feature film, How to Make Love to Men, and in the near future, we'd love to see this project through to the potential we know it can be, and to have it be seen by as many eyes as possible, because it's a really important piece, and it's like near and dear to my heart. So
that is going to be really good. Do you have something you want to share about that particular project? I mean, something you want to say about it, or?
Sure.
Or can you say anything about it?
Sure, yeah. Well, How to Make Love to Men is about a young girl young woman who's in college, and she is inexperienced with men and sex because she grew up in a very religious household where it wasn't a topic of discussion. So, like many of us, young women who grew up in the South, we kind of just had to figure that stuff out on our own, and we made a lot of mistakes. This is a comedy, so we actually interviewed dozens of women to tell us their stories, and basically this movie is a love letter to our younger selves, to not make the mistakes that we made, but to tell the next generation, like, throw some wisdom in there, like this is how this thing with men goes, or however you're gonna approach your love life, however you're gonna approach your romances. It's a matter of just having a little bit of foresight, and because I can look at my younger self and I just want to tell her so many things, like, don't do that, don't do that. Why are you doing this? So I want this movie to just really have women watching the screen and saying, oh my gosh, this is the path I'm going down, but I could go down this path, and really just make you step back and take a look at the decisions you make.
And I believe it's going to be a awesome film, because that is so important for the young women of today, especially even before my generation. I'm in a totally different generation than you guys, but I think that we had even less challenges because we didn't have so many outside peer pressures that you had. We had them, but all of us was pretty much on the same page. You didn't do this, and that's it. It was no questions. But then the millennial generation and the younger generation, you have questions, and you're not afraid to ask those questions, and you share more. And I think since you have those questions and you share more, it's important for real answers to be out there, and to hearing what you're saying about this film, that's going to give some people some answers.
That's what I'm hoping for.
So that sounds pretty important for a lot of people, and I know they're excited about that. Before we leave, though, I want you to actually just give us your final thoughts.
Once again, just finding your tribe, finding those wonderful people, like-minded people who are just interested in creating the art that you want to create, and moving forward in that way. Don't give up, just because there will be a lot of great challenges. We've been through it all. We've lost footage, we've lost locations, we've lost actors, money, just the whole range of things that you can think about. that could happen has happened, and we've still been able to move forward in some type of way. And it's been great because at the end, it's made it even better in some ways. Okay. And so we're just thankful for that. Also, just being intentional around surrounding yourself with other filmmakers. Like when we've been to, like with the Indie Memphis Film Festival, and we've had a chance to talk to other filmmakers, and to hear them move through their process and how things happen, it made it go, okay, we can do this. Exactly. Once again, it made it feel like it's within our grasp. And these are people who have shows on Netflix, and these are people who have shows on Hulu and Amazon and writing with Ava, but yet they talked about the same challenges that they've had, and having to get rights cleared, and having to do this, and having to get grant funding, and all those things that we're currently working through. So it made it feel like, okay, I'm not that far. And then having people who have been so established come to us and be like, yo, like who is it? Chico, who she has a film now on Netflix called Solace, which is awesome. And but she was at the pitch rally when we pitched, and she came to us. She's like, I've never pitched she's worked with Spike Lee. Wow. She's written for Ava now, and done all these things. And she came to us and was like, I've never pitched before. Like, I've never pitched a film before.
And see, that's what I was saying with pitch rallies. Yeah. I mean, this is something that when I sat in the audience, like, whoa. I've never been to a pitch rally. Like, I've heard about them, never been. Didn't think, well, I don't want to get up there. Look stupid or whatever, but to see it in action, it took a lot of fear out of it. That's why I said people need to do it or either experience it.
So see it. So that's what I say, and I would also just say follow Not Your Ordinary Films,
Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yes, that's
just
what I was
Not Your Ordinary Films.
I was just going to say, please give the audience how they can get in touch with you, as well as. You just told us about that, and that will be at the bottom of the screen. So I will definitely be having all that information at the bottom of the screen. Note it down, because if you want to get in touch with these ladies, to follow them on Facebook and actually on Instagram and your YouTube channel, then you definitely need to note all that info down and follow them. And I'll ring the bell, so anything new that comes out, you want them to you want to be alerted about it. Also, too, I want to also add to invite you guys to actually join us on Facebook, and that's M&M Film Talk, as well as on YouTube, where our YouTube channel is M&M Film Talk, Wilson Production, and then also follows Instagram is actually M&M Film Talk Online. So definitely want to join us on all of those things. And if you would like to be on M&M Film Talk, all you have to do is email us at mnmfilmtalk@gmail.com, and we would love to have you on this show. I mean, I tell you, this has been just an awesome opportunity to sit down with you two ladies. I think you got a wealth of information that's inside of you, and you just shared it with my audience, and I am so happy that I reached out and was able to get you on the show. It's just been just wonderful.
I do have a final thought, though.
Yes. Yes. And we didn't give you a chance. That's true. I'm sorry, Amanda.
Just if you're out there and you're wanting to be a filmmaker, you're just thinking about it, this as a possibility for you, just make something.
Yeah.
Just you have to just keep making things, and that's how you learn. That's how you get better. It don't matter if you just have a cell phone, you can make something. There are entire movies on Netflix now that were shot with iPhones. So you can really do this. It's something tangible. Definitely go to the Shoot and Splice meetings that Indie Memphis has at Crosstown every first Tuesday of every month. If you are between the ages of 13 and 18, come see me at Cloud 901 Teen Learning Lab, where I'm the video facilitator, and we can help you. So just make something. Just stay true to yourself. Know what you want to do, and just make it.
Nothing beat a failure but a try. I would just say that. If you never try anything, you'll never know if you'll succeed. So let's get out there. Let's get our foot wet and put things out there. Put some contents out there. That's what they're looking for. And you just don't know who will just see your story and love it and want to grab hold to you and take you where you need to be. So I think it's a wonderful time right now for independent film writers. I think it is. And I want to just invite you once again to M&M Film Talk, to be on M&M Film Talk. Please email us. We want to hear your story, share your journey with our studio audience. And also, too, I want to say before I leave, I want to just thank you ladies once again.
Yes, thank you.
For being on M&M Film Talk. And thank you for joining us at M&M Film Talk, where we talk to real people in film.